Mallo Fringers. The following podcast may not be suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, Fringers. Howdy, Maximals and Predacons. Welcome to episode 3 of Finding Solace, an identical actual play and Neon Trails special event. I am your game runner, the Caleb G. Mav, that was the reaction I was hoping for. Thank you. Tonight is the third of our 4-episode special event that will provide some insight into the end of Neon Trails Season 1 and lead directly into Season 2. Hopefully my service is better than last time. It's cooling down, so maybe the cooler temperatures and less storms will make the internet's internet better. I don't know how it works. I don't know. There's wires. It's 2024. We don't have good service. We don't have good infrastructure. We don't have high-speed trains. I don't know.
Caleb, it's a series of tubes, remember?
It's a series of
It's like
tubes.
the pneumatic tubes where we put the message in and it goes and it slurps
Pretty
off.
much. Yeah. If it doesn't suck hard enough, then it's never going to get off.
True. Very true.
Excellent point. Let's continue. If you're in the chat now, hi, we're Unhinged. Tell us what you like to put in your tubes. While we are doing that, let's say hello to our cast who is more than meets the eye. First up, that's just Prime. It's Mallo playing Sam.
Rhinox was my favorite character.
Yes! Never got a second form.
Right?
Always amazing. Went off into the deep end of philosophy and then came back as a tank.
Voiced by Richard Newman, by the way.
Ooh. Next up, suggestion noted and ignored. It's Kaylee playing Akane.
You know, people who have never made real enemies have never stood up for what they believe.
Every job from the royalty is a gift. It's Cass playing Catassie.
I have zero context, but luckily I don't need any. I'm a silly goose on the silly loose.
And come on, baby, give it up for the rat. It is Leo playing the Duke.
Call me down on the panty sty.
By the way, welcome to the horny episode, apparently.
I don't know how this started, but I'm here for it.
We were quiet in the
What
pre-show.
is wrong with you all? I mean, I don't understand why we're this morning.
If Kaylee is being the most restrained out of all of us, we have a problem.
It won't last long, trust me.
It won't.
We've all seen Chaos Incorporated. We know how this ends.
We'll get there. Where you been, bird dog? It is Mav playing Declan.
Mav screaming so hard his thing cut off.
Yeah. We just
You acted so hard that your mic was like, I can't handle this shit, and just shut straight down.
His power level's over 9,000.
I said, Waspinator, terrorize!
1.21 gigawatts.
and sometimes Starscream as well.
Yep.
Let's get some housekeeping out of the way. The final episode of Finding Solace will stream on September 24th, with the Season 2 premiere of Neon Trails on October 1st. As usual, we will be live on twitch.tv/Identico at 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Episode archives and other content is available over at youtube.com/Identico. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave us some comments. Tell us your favorite Transformers. Tell us your favorite episode of the Beast Wars. And why it's the one where Waspinator is Starscream. Follow us on the socials. Look for us at Identico and at Humanoid Games on whatever social media platforms you happen to be using. Visit playidentico.com where you can read the basic core rules for free, find the latest module, The Dark and the Divine, pick up books, stickers, and other merch. If you are with us live on Twitch right now, hi, hello. Give us some channel points for some rerolls. Stuff is going to be happening that it's probably going to be valuable. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, Morag's Dice, for your super slick resin dice needs, and Rainbow Dragon Prints for all your 3D printing goodies, including fancy dice accessories and fidget toys that are very, very noisy that I will restrain from using. Mallo, what else do you have for us tonight?
Nothing else. Very clean sheet.
Okay.
Caleb, at this time, I would like to I'd like to admit something.
Yes.
To the group.
Yes, welcome.
And
Safe space.
I will understand if I'm no longer welcome. I don't really like the Transformers.
How dare
The
you?
fuck?
How dare you?
It was never interesting. I liked Mask and Thundercats, but Transformers, GoBots, never really big into it. Didn't like the Voltron cars. You know,
No one likes Voltron cars. No one.
Nobody likes the Voltron cars. But
Robots in disguise. How is that not interesting? I'm so confused.
What about animals? What about the Beast Wars? Just in general?
yeah, it just really never got me.
All right, fair enough.
It's okay.
Okay.
Thundercats.
Mask and Thundercats, though. Mask
Oh.
was underrated, though. Mask was great.
Yeah, Mask was way underrated, and it had the catchiest theme song of all.
And
Fuck yeah.
And Silverhawks. Remember Silverhawks?
Oh,
Yeah.
Silverhawks was really good. Yeah.
And Brave Star. Brave Star.
Oh, Brave Star?
Biker Mice from Mars.
D-Force.
Fuck yes! SWAT cats! Fuck
SWAT
Cats, yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Radical.
Okay. I appreciate the support, everyone, and hi to Queen Potato Army, who just became a fringer. Welcome aboard. That's a friend of mine, so nice of her to show up. But we should probably play a game tonight.
We
guess.
probably should. So, with all of those tangents out of the way early, so we definitely don't have any more tangents for the rest of the night,
Nope, wouldn't happen.
let's find out what happened last time on Finding Solace. A group of the gang known as the Ghostlights surrounded Catassie's coffee shop, trapped our team inside, and opened fire. Luckily, the team was well armed and accustomed to danger. Catassie activated the shop's defenses and launched some rockets to scatter the Ghostlights and create distractions. Declan and Duke opened fire with their small arms. Sam rushed out and attacked with her battle axe. Akane grappled attackers as they tried to breach the shop, and Catassie's rover assistant Cookie laid waste to the Ghostlights, picking up some motherfuckers and using them to hit other motherfuckers. Expressing some corporate frustration, Declan launched a thermite grenade at one of the Ghostlights' vehicles. Akane summoned her police car on autopilot and used it to body slam a few of the gang members. Catassie cornered a few Ghostlights and threatened them into talking, but only found out they'd been hired to kidnap Sam and Elijah by an unknown individual. With the current threat handled and the insurance claim for Catassie's shop filed, the team loaded into Declan's vehicle. Duke recalled that the Ghostlights are nothing but guns for hire and guessed that whoever hired them was probably going to send more their way soon. Sam shared that she and her son were being targeted because of her husband, Galen. After driving to a warehouse to acquire her ROV, Sam tried to check in with Elijah. He didn't respond, and after a suspiciously long delay, his location showed as moving through the city. She then got a text from an unknown sender with a picture of Elijah restrained in the back of a vehicle. So let's pick up right there. You are in Declan's car speeding through the city. Other vehicles are kind of locked in auto drive, but Declan, you were driving manually, cutting off public transport, kind of zipping between semi-trucks and such. You're all in the back of the vehicle. What are you doing?
Okay, so do we have any idea of the opposition we're going to be facing when we get there?
Doesn't matter. They have my son. I'm going to kill them all.
Okay. Ostensibly, I cannot take notice of that. However, if they shoot at us first, whatever. What are the odds they're going to shoot at us first?
They have kidnapping, though. Does that count?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yes.
That's a very good point. And obviously, we shouldn't call this in because, well, they could harm the hostage. And it kind of reaches down, grabs a duffel bag she'd pulled out of her car, and pulls out a very large shotgun and starts chambering rounds, noisily, by the way.
I like the way she thinks. Yes.
Sam, did that photo come from Elijah's phone, or did somebody else send it to you?
Unknown sender.
I'm going to try and trace it. Can you forward that to me?
I lost. And she's going to flick the glow over that way and send it over.
While we are doing that, can I have, let's call it a perception check, Sam?
That's a 4.
It's a 4. Okay. Yeah, you are very concerned. And really just focused on getting there as fast as you can.
Oh, incensed. Like Sam is absolutely seeing red everywhere around. Like she's about ready. Like if the car doesn't go fast enough, she's about to jack in and let the Rav run for her at this point to see if she can get there faster.
Look, I am gunning it, okay, Sam? Look, we're gonna get there in time. I'm going as fast as I can. It's fine. We're gonna get there. Nephew's gonna get saved. No one's gonna die. He's not gonna die. People who stole him are gonna die. And then we're gonna go home. We're just gonna save Nephew and get home and just act like this day didn't fucking happen. Okay? I'm not watching, just driving. All of it doesn't matter. It's just because I'm good like that.
Catassie, though, what would you like to do with this new information that you have been handed?
I want to see if I can ping to figure out where this image originated from and see if I can find a way to tie that signal to the signal from Elijah's glow that Sam has.
Sure.
To see if I can pinpoint who this is, or see if I can find a vehicle on webcam or street closed circuit TV.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with an electronics check.
I rolled a 6, but I have 18 in electronics, so that's 24.
Very nice. Okay, so you start working on this. You are fiddling around with some of the data. You immediately see that the signal is being moved through multiple towers in the city, and it's not like this is not a typical type of communication. It's being done, so you immediately know as a hacker someone is trying to hide this data and deceptively make it harder to find. I'm trying to think of that word.
Obfuscate.
Obfuscate.
Thank you. I was never going to get that right. Thank you. That's what they're trying to do. So, hackles rise. You immediately know that something is suspicious here. From Sam, you know where Elijah should be in school or at home or along the kind of regular path he takes. So you kind of start there and fan out in your search. The signal does not appear to be in actuality anywhere near there. So you're not sure yet what's going on. It's kind of being pushed out to all these other towers, so you can't really locate where it is.
Can I check the signal on Elijah's glow?
Yes.
I want to check and see if it's also being bounced, and if it's not, I want to see if it matches what Sam is getting.
Okay, so give me another electronics check.
Caleb, is that something I can assist with? I've got an in-character possibility that might help.
Sure. Yeah. If you can see what Catassie's doing, you can offer to jump in.
Yeah, Catassie, you get like a little pop-up on your glow with a 16-digit alphanumeric code, and Akane just leans over and goes, "That's one of the read-only feeds for the Force's drone cam fleet. So if you can get any sort of triangulation, you can probably get some video off that." And I'll just give her a bonus. Let's see, just kind of do a perception check on my own to give her a bonus. I forgot how helping works.
I'm gonna say.
Well, I mean, I know how helping works. I'm not a moron. I'm mechanically inidentical, though.
I'm gonna do this a little bit differently, though. I would like you to make an investigation check first as part of this action.
I happen to be decent at that. That is a 22.
22?
I am also very, very good at urban tracking.
So you are kind of handing some access over to some different information. As part of that, you are looking at the data that Catassie is looking at the picture. Mm-hmm. Immediately, you recognize that something's wrong with this picture. Okay. You're not. It's one of those things like, you know, nowadays when you look at a stupid AI picture and you just know it's wrong, but you can't exactly identify what's wrong right off the bat. You've got that like first glance, that's not right.
Yeah.
So something is off about this picture. You're not sure what it is yet. Catassie, with this extra information that you're being given, I will let you make another electronics check with a bonus that I will give you after you roll.
Ooh.
Hang on, now I have to do math, and I am in the scary place. 33.
Holy moly, that's such a big number. I'm also having to do a lot of math. That was a very, very good roll. 8, 4, 34. Oh my god. Okay, so you dig in to this kind of data packet. You see that what's been done is a really, really complicated version of some simpler things that you know how to do when it comes to hiding location and shifting a ping from a real location to a different location. Whoever did this, they're clumsy because they did it in such a weird way, and they did multiple layers. Like they repeated the shift of the hack over and over and over and over, instead of like doing a simpler, more complex code that you know as a very skilled hacker that would have done this in like one step. They didn't know that. So you're right away kind of assessing whoever's been doing this is trying their best, but it's just like the worst way you could possibly do it. You see what they have done is basically copied the location of Elijah's glow and like manually pasted it in all of these other locations. But the problem is, by doing that, those become like static points. So a very surface level check would say, oh my goodness, I see all these pings everywhere. I have no idea where the real one is. But a little bit of a more in-depth view tells you, oh, well, these can't be real because there's no like movement in the locations. They're locked to a coordinate almost. So you are very easily able to strip away these clearly fabricated locations. And you see that his actual glow is still at the school.
Hey, Sam. I'm getting some weird data back. I'm not seeing movement between these. It looks like people just dropped pins that look like Elijah's glow all over the map. When I basically strip all that stuff away, his glow is still reporting at the school. I think we should check there.
Interesting. I wonder if they actually know to take it off or not. Fuck it, let's blow up a school today. I don't care.
God damn it.
Don't not blow up a school. Don't blow up a school. We blow up the bad guys in the school.
Fine. The wall's just a suggestion anyways.
So are we tearing out a wall?
Let's make like HGTV and do some renovation.
Bet. You know that network's still on the air? They're still doing Property Brothers?
It's amazing. They're 253 and they're like amazing. They're still glowing.
Haven't
Still
aged
on
a day.
island.
They're mostly
Still on
cyber at this point.
Yeah. Looks in the back. Looks in the back at her giant robot. Doesn't bother me at all.
As we know where we're going to the school, Hubert is going to point out some shortcuts that he knows, like turn right down this alley. Looks like there's a wall there, but just go straight through. It's cardboard.
How do you know about all of... Wait, hold on. Wait.
There's one wall that actually looks like it's a tunnel painted on it, but it's literally just it's a cardboard box that somebody put up there.
Yeah. Yeah, you just want to roadrunner this.
No cartoon. You know Roadrunner?
Can you give me an underworld check, please, Leo?
That'll be a nat 20 plus 13 for 33.
Holy crap! Y'all made some really good characters. Let's do so much math to add things up now.
I'm sorry.
It's
Not
okay.
really.
No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. You're not sorry. It's fine. I want you to be successful. All right. So,
You're better than my parents.
Duke, you are able to show Declan some really cool shortcuts, circumnavigating a whole portion of the fringe, cutting through some abandoned tunnels, driving through a neighborhood that was just like, one of those weird kind of pop-up bohemian neighborhoods in the middle of nowhere. At one point, you're like kind of cutting across a canal that was like someone had put in a canal for some water transport at some point, and you're like skating along the side of it. It's crazy, but you're able to get where you're going a whole lot faster.
Look, if you go fast enough, you just skip over the water like a stone. Trust me.
There's one time we go into a sewer and it's just the fucking turtles thing and just just keep going.
So we are getting closer and closer to the school. There is still a little ways to go. Akane, you have a little bit of time here as we're driving. If you would like to give that picture a little bit more of a review, maybe we can pull some more information out of it.
Oh, certainly.
Do you want to do an investigation check for me?
30-20.
Very nice. As you look at this in a little bit more detail, you are able to see that this is very clearly a fabricated picture.
Mm-hmm. Well, the 6 fingers on the feet were kind of the giveaway.
Yeah. It was very well done. It's kind of like one of those, it's not exactly a static image, it's like 5 seconds of video, but you can see that there is a weird looping through like one of the windows that's clearly indicating that this has been tampered with. It feels to you, based on especially what Catassie gave you, that they are just trying to whoever did this is just trying to goad you into going to another location.
Mm-hmm.
So all of your Leo instincts tell you that probably this was all a distraction.
Where does it appear they want us to go?
If you go back to the original message that Sam received when she tried to ping Elijah's glow, it appeared to be moving on a direct line from the school to the heart of Angel City.
Okay. What I want to actually, I'll look over at Catassie. I have an idea. Since they want us to go after this so bad, let's go after it that bad, or at least appear to. Do you still have access to the original tracking data they're sending?
Yeah, looks like I do.
Okay, and you get another access code, and there's a little heads-up view from a dash of a car. It says, that's the remote for my car. Send it that way with lights and siren. They may think we're en route. Oh, and darken the windows so they can't see we're not in it.
All right, darkening windows, sending it to that location. You said full lights and sirens.
Oh yeah, let's make sure they know we're on our way. We've got somebody to rescue. Then they'll be very surprised when we show up where they actually are.
All right, so why don't we call this a deception check?
Not
So-
a Decepticon check, right? It's
Not a
deception. Okay, good.
Not a Decepticon check,
This one then.
not a Predacon check, just a deception check.
Technically, the police car barricade was a police car and was a Decepticon. So,
True.
to protect and enslave,
I got
America?
a 17 on deceit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Cool. So your police car, you had sent it off towards the station last time with some of those suspects you had arrested.
Really now?
I caught myself.
Thirsty on.
Man.
I said
Do
arrested.
Oh,
No, you
After
didn't.
dark.
I
Bad boys, indeed.
Identical after dark.
whoop, whoop.
So your car has now changed direction and is heading towards downtown
With its passengers.
with its passengers. Actually, pretty much in the same direction as the former benevolent tower.
Ooh. Yeah, that thing is... Boom.
And you are able to continue towards the school. You get there within just a few minutes from this point. Upon arriving at the school, it seems fine. It seems just like a regular school. You don't see any immediate evidence of anything bad happening. There's no ghost lights hanging out on the quad, doing school things, playing hacky sack. It's school. You're there. What would you like to do?
Why would they send us to a school?
They didn't send us to the school, but they obviously grabbed the kid and didn't have an exit plan or something.
The school is where Elijah's glow was pinging. So I want to look around and see if I can, like, obviously see if there are any glows on the ground just hanging out.
Nope.
Can we go into the office and try to check him out, Sam? What?
Yeah. Sam's gonna just jump out and start running towards the inside.
I'll follow.
So let's back up a second, Sam. You're still plugged into your rover, right?
No.
Oh, you unplugged from your rover. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Sam was talking is talking kind of thing.
Okay.
The rover's in the back seat. We're not just. I mean, we could. I mean, if you want me to, we can Kool-Aid Man right to the front door.
I was just curious because I thought you were still plugged in, and I just wanted to set the scene correctly here. All right,
She's got the briefcase with her just in case, but like, yeah, it's
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are running up to the main office doors. Is Akane following? Is that what we said?
Yeah.
I'll send my watcher with them too, just to make sure we got an eye on it.
Okay.
Shotgun is Akane also pulls out of the duffel bag a larger like trench, and she has the shotgun on a combat sling underneath, so it's mostly obfuscated. And I'm going to use that word a lot tonight now that I've thought of it.
Thank you.
And I'm going to preemptively hack into any audio visual stuff I can get inside the school, just in case.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything for that?
Yeah, why don't you give me an electronics check, but just hold on to the result for a second until we come back to that. All right, so Duke, you said you were sending, what was your rat's name? Greg?
Yeah, we'll have Greg going.
Is Greg riding on someone's shoulder or just rat scurrying on the ground?
If someone will let him on, yeah. He'd probably go up and ride on Sam's shoulder.
It's fine. She'll hide him behind her hair, so nobody's like, "Why is there a rat on your shoulder?"
Had a rat on your shoulder? Are you just happy to see us? No, he's the rat.
All right, so Sam and Akane get up to the main office doors. You are immediately greeted by a security drone, and you can see that this is kind of like almost like kind of like an airlock entry. So there's doors you could enter, and then you'd be in a little pocket of space between these two doors. The one locks behind you, the one in front of you is still locked. There is a security drone right there with you, kind of like built into the walls. And then you can see through the windows into the school itself. There is immediately there a security desk with a couple armored security personnel.
I'll flash my badge at the security drone and just quickly go, Officer Override Delta 69/4, emergency, open.
So there is a slight delay as the drone processes that. You see the two security guards inside kind of look at each other very alarmed and concerned. And then you hear the ka-chunk of the locking mechanism shifting and those inner doors open for both of you. As you walk in, one of the guards kind of stands up a little bit. Officer, I'm not aware of a situation. What's going on? What can we help you with?
We have a kidnapped child. Do you have any sort of LoJack on the students?
There's a pause as they're trying to process this sentence that you have just said to them.
Come on, time's wasting.
Well, I mean, we have the glow IDs and chip IDs of everyone in the building. There's been no unauthorized access. There's been no unauthorized departures. We haven't had any negative activity reports. And they just kind of trail off.
Look over at Sam. What's the student ID?
Take me to Elijah Gray.
The other guard, kind of per policy, holds out a chip scanner to you to verify some identity and pull up like Elijah's class schedule of where he would be in the building.
Okay.
You see a green light ping on the scanner, and this second guard stands up and says, yeah, it shows he's in the gym for classes are done, he's hanging out. It's down the hall and like to the left. You know where it is.
Sure. I'm here to take him out of class for today. Yes. So I will see myself there. Thank you.
Yeah, the two guards are just kind of like really confused. They're kind of staring at each other. They're looking back at both of you. They're just really, really puzzled about what's happening here right now.
I follow Sam at that point.
Yeah. You are able to head down the hallway and towards like the big cafeteria that doubles as a gymnasium kind of thing. Typically, when classes are done, students can choose to hang out here, buy some snacks, play games, do homework, waste time, that kind of thing. So as you are heading there, let's go back to Catassie real quick. What was that electronics check you made?
29.
29 is a lot more than the number that I needed it to be. And then I have to do... Perfect. Okay, so you are able to jump into the security systems. You're able to pull up camera feeds. You are also able to pull up like activity reports, location reports. The school is basically logging chip access for every student every time they exit and leave a room. So if you clicked down to a specific student, you could just follow them through the map of the building, or you can see that like giant zoomed out view, kind of like the Marauders map of people just like zipping all over the building, and you can kind of fast forward it and back it up, whatever you want to do.
Can I track Elijah, like where he's at now, where he's been, like,
absolutely,
check and see if he's been at school all day?
Yes. You can easily find his activity report. There's nothing about him leaving the building. He was like 5 minutes late after the tardy bell, and he went to all of his classes. He had lunch. He had recess. He's been on campus all day, according to this report.
Can I dial into the security camera at some of those points in time to see if I can get a visual confirmation that it is actually Elijah?
Oh yeah, without a problem. And yeah, it's him.
All checks out. No AI filter weirdness. Okay.
Seems pretty normal to your eyes.
Is there anything else obvious in that camera footage where it's like anyone's watching him? Is anyone following him? Am I seeing the same people in every spot check?
Nothing stands out to you like he's being watched. You've never gone into this system before, so you don't know, like, this is this teacher, this is the gym teacher, this is the music teacher. So you're not able to like easily identify those faces. But you don't see like someone following him through the video feeds you're looking at. You don't see anybody other than teachers and school staff, faculty being logged on the activity report.
Okay, I'm gonna ping Sam's Glow and just send her a message that says all the historical data from today checks out. Looks like he's been on site all day. Nobody's paying undue attention to him or following him near as I can tell.
We're sort of power walking down the hallway as I'm reading this. And I'm hoping that my partner in crime doesn't let me walk into a wall.
I make sure you don't walk into a wall, but I'm having a hard time slowing down enough so you can keep up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, those long cyber legs. I think Akane might be a little bit ahead of Sam.
Well, and Sam's petite to begin with, so
yeah.
I think Akane's a little bit taller, I believe.
A lot bit, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you get this message. You have turned the corner. You're headed towards the gymnasium. You hear that chaotic noise of like 20, 30 middle school kids being insane.
Do we hear that sound, that rubber ball thwang sound that every single one of us knows is dodgeball? Because it's burned into our souls?
You don't hear it with the cadence you associate with them playing dodgeball, but you do hear like sports balls being thrown around and bouncing off of things. You definitely hear kids yelling about something being unfair or out of bounds or, hey, that's mine, kind of stuff.
That's fair. All right.
You are able to get to the gymnasium, and you see a whole bunch of kids running around being crazy kids. There's like 2 teachers in one corner. Clearly, they're supposed to be in charge, and they're just kind of checked out. They're super tired.
Do we
see Sam?
Yeah. Do we see Elijah?
Or Sam, do you see Elijah? That's what I meant to say. English is hard.
You look around the room. You don't see him immediately, so your heart kind of catches in your throat for a second, but then you take a breath and look with a little bit more patience, and you see that he is like up on one of the bleachers with 4 or 5 other kids, and they are playing some sort of game on their glows. Most of the other kids are running around playing like 3 or 4 games at the same time. Like the basketball is kind of overlapping. A weird like kickball kind of thing is overlapping. Some other kids running around chasing each other, kind of playing tag. So like there's a lot of activity on the main floor, and Elijah is in one of the groups that's like, no, we're done with that. We're just going to play some games up here in the corner. So yeah, you're able to spot him hanging out.
We're just going to call out to him. You know, as in the everything's totally normal, you should come with us now kind of, like, I've just come to pick you up kind of thing. Like, definitely not here with a officer of the law, and things like that, kind of trying to play it cool.
I did stow the badge when we were en route.
Okay,
so.
Cool.
It's just a 6'9" woman in a trench coat, barely hiding a combat shotgun. Might look a little sus.
He's used to it though. Like
it's an LA school.
Yeah,
yeah. That's true. It is. Yeah. Okay, we're fine.
And he knows Declan, so. So
yeah, always curious.
She's gonna kind of wave him over and stuff like that, trying to get his attention.
So when you first yell out for him and wave, you see him do that thing where like he glances over, but then immediately stops and looks back so he can pretend he didn't see you and hear you. And he's like kind of hunches his shoulder and twists away from the door a little bit, and he's continuing to hang out with his friends.
Then mom walk right over to him. Elijah, we have to go right now.
What? I'm in the. What are you? What?
You're leaving.
Can I grab my stuff?
Yes, we can grab your stuff and then we get out now.
My head's on a swivel. I'm looking for anybody who's taking undue notice of this.
Elijah heard the tone in your voice and read your body language and knows this is not the time to argue, but he's still very confused and suspicious about what's going on. So he's looking over at Akane, he's looking back to you, he's kind of giving you that, like, is everything okay, nodding over at her a little bit, but he's moving with you, not slowly, but cautiously.
It has been a morning. I will explain everything else when we're back in Declan's car.
When he hears Declan's name, his eyes get a little bit bigger, knowing the two of you have worked together in the past, knowing that a certain level of danger exists with those jobs, but he's also kind of excited about Declan's car because Declan's car is pretty cool. So
he's been playing Madden 75 in the back of it a lot.
So he follows after you, tromps down the bleacher steps. You have to swing past his locker on the way out to grab his bag and his books. Because even though everything is digital and glows, they still make you buy books on your own soul these days.
And just in case it goes down, you still have a hard copy. There you go.
Yeah, you never know if the Node War is going to happen again. So you need to have that backup. So yeah, he is following along after both of you.
I looked down as we're kind of going with it and stuff like that. It's like, Elijah, has anybody been looking at you today? Been worried? Been following you? You know, I trained you to figure out how people are following you. You know, like. Anybody, anything strange about today?
Nothing. Nothing out of the ordinary. Like, no. One school security was on me because I was late to class, but I mean, I wasn't. It was
class?
I wasn't. Their clocks were wrong.
Elijah, we've been through this.
Bigger problems.
Yes, I know. Come on.
So you haven't been tied to a chair today?
What?
Do you I flash him the picture that we got. Do you recognize this room?
That's not a room. That's a car. I wasn't in a car today.
You recognize this car? Sorry. You weren't in a car? How did you get here?
I got on the bus at home. And then got off here. No, I haven't left all day.
Elijah, somebody is trying to kidnap you, and so we are going to keep them from doing that. So stick with me, and we're gonna be okay. Okay?
Oh. Okay. Like when Akane was showing him that picture and asking him those questions, like his eyes started getting a little bit bigger. He started being a little bit more serious and a little bit less trying to shrug it off and be a typical kid. And then as Sam tells him that, like he immediately kind of stops walking and is like trying to process that. Because at this point, this is the thing you've always told him that he always shrugged off is now happening. So that weight is hitting him pretty hard. Okay. Is Dad okay? Like, what's going on?
I do not know about your dad, but I assume he's okay. I haven't heard anything differently.
Shit. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, where are we going? What are we doing?
Well, we're going to sign you out of school early, so congratulations. And then we're going to get in Declan's car with some of our friends, and then we're going to get the fuck out of here.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay. And he has immediately kind of changed his demeanor from that boisterous, sassy, bratty kid from this morning to, okay, this is serious and I'm a little bit scared. And he's following along after you. You are able to swipe him out for the day with your chip at the security gate, and they let you go. There's no problem. Like, are clearly still trying to figure this out. Like, as you walk out, one of them like has a procedure document up on their glow, and they're trying to like control F for what to do in this situation because it's so weird. They don't like, they took the course 6 months ago for their refresher, but they absolutely just skipped through everything and got the answers from their friend. So they didn't really pay attention. So one of them was like, "Oh, wait a minute, officer. Damn it!" And like, you're already out the door. So like, they're They tried their best. They're trying. It was just an off day. But you are able to get back to Declan's car. You do not see immediately any threats as you exit the building. However, Akane, since you were, like you said, head on a swivel looking for this kind of thing, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Find my character. I am going to use to re-roll this perception check that I very much rolled a 2 on.
Oh boy.
Because this seems like a good time. So that's my free re-roll. Oh, hello. Hi, Sailor. It's 1823, unless I'm tracking somebody, and then it's 34.
No, you are not tracking somebody.
Dang it.
Nice. Like I said, you do not assess any immediate threats. There is no
However,
one lurking. There is no one aggressively by Declan's car, but you do see on the corner of a couple buildings across the street from campus, you see a couple people leaning, trying to be super casual.
I interpose myself between Elijah and them, basically in the street. So, like, any shots coming our way would have to go through me. All right, come on. Sam, 9:30, about 45 degrees up. The brown building, top level. 2.
Sam gets Elijah into the car, and then she'll get into the car. I'm assuming Akane was doing shotgun, right?
Yeah, because it's the only place she fits.
Yeah, okay.
And she has a shotgun.
Makes sense. And so we're kind of like putting like the back seat. It's like a 3-row kind of thing, and I'm guessing that Hubert's kind of in the back. It's 3-row plus Rob. It's impressive, right? I feel like Hubert is kind of in the back, and so we put Elijah in the middle of the second seat between Catassie and myself. And immediately is going to start jacking into the RAV. But right before she clicks in, she's going to look over at Catassie and go, "Okay, love, you're about to get the very big broadcast signal, okay? Okay, let's do this." And then she plugs in to power up the suit and everything like that. Somewhere in the distance, the Windows startup screen starts up.
All right, so you are all back in the car.
One question I have about this is, why did they send you an alert? Did they literally drive us here to get him out of the school's shelter?
Probably.
Then we need to do the unexpected.
Wait, we both have you both now.
Right.
We need to leave now.
Yeah, go.
We need to leave now.
Pick a random direction and go. We'll figure out where we're going once we're moving.
Yep.
Can I also hack Elijah's glow and see if there have been any like strange like handshake requests or pings, people trying to track him? Like, can I like reverse?
Yeah.
You mean
Check
other than us?
Well, yes. I know us. I know my own fingerprints.
Yeah. That's another electronics check.
And while this is going on, Greg is going to move over to Elijah, A, to kind of comfort, and B, to be there just in case he gets taken. We got something on him.
That's
cool.
Smart. 31.
Oh my god, that's so much higher than a lot. It's so good. Okay, so you are very quickly able to pull up the internal diagnostics of the glow. This is kind of an off-the-shelf glow. It's not super high quality, so it's pretty easy to crack into it. Of course, there are a couple internal extra layers of security that Sam, one, purchased, and two, had you install and massage a little bit, so you easily access your own file programs. You also see that Elijah has been mucking around inside a little bit, trying to do his own understanding of securities. Maybe you should, maybe at some point when this all slows down, you should like teach him a little bit about what he's doing with hacking and engineering and program writing, because he does not know what he's doing at all. So, you file that away for later, assuming this all works out okay. You are able to see that, yes, someone did try to access his information. All they were able to kind of skim off the top was a very general, like surface layer kind of identity spoof, so that they could copy it in the ways that you saw earlier. However, because of some of the other security protocols that you installed and that Sam had purchased for the Glow, they were not able to access any of the other functions. They were not able to do anything like even access the camera or try to send him any messages. You don't find any kind of viruses that were downloaded into it. It seems clean, other than someone kind of just pulled that surface layer off so that they could copy it in the other locations and like send it off to what you now know is like the fake keys over that way, which was like the opposite direction of where you're going now.
If I trace that, are there any identifying details? Are there any kind of like fingerprints on that signal that I recognize?
So let me ask you a question then for Catassie's like activity here over the past 6 months to a year after she set up shop. Do you think that Catassie was actively engaged with any local gangs or hackers in the fringe of Angel City? Do you think she was like just laying low, being observant, like actively trying to learn about these people? Like what do you think she's done?
She does enough to maintain relationships with the various hackers in the fringe that she knew. In particular, she got in pretty deep a year or so ago with a collective called the Zoo. And so she's pretty in touch with that group and the tendrils that they have throughout the fringe. But she didn't go deep enough in anything that she would lose her respectable business person persona.
Gotcha. So you do recognize the marks of one person doing this consistently. Like hackers all tend to have a footprint, a fingerprint. Some of them will actively say, this is me doing this work. But there's also a style. There's a vibe. You've been in this game long enough. You recognize that whoever was doing this, it wasn't an accident. It wasn't a group of people. It was one person doing this intentionally. You don't know who that person was, though. You've never seen that footprint before. You've never seen that signature before. If you wanted to go down the rabbit hole, you could absolutely chase this person down. But as a surface level check, as you're in the car speeding along with all this other activity, you don't say, this was Tim the hacker. You don't know that person, but it clearly someone with a degree of skill, while it is far below your level of expertise. there was one person intentionally working on this. You just don't know who it is.
Okay. Sam, so it looks like I'm getting some like signature and pattern recognition. I don't know who it is, but it's definitely one person who's trying to track Elijah and cause all this disturbance. Any leads?
Not off the top of my head, no. I mean, no, nothing that I could be aware of yet. I mean, we know the ghost lights, obviously, but who inside of that would be doing it is the question.
Galen got any people that he's pissed off lately? Does I know about y'all?
The Rav head just turns around and does this kind of thing to you, as if to say, if a Rav could emote the fuck you mean he got enemies, like.
Hey, look, look. I know Galen usually takes care of, like, cuts all his ends, finishes, nices them in a nice bow, but maybe somebody got away and snitched or did something. I don't know. I'm just trying to cover all my bases.
No, we are in hiding because he could not do all of that. And she kind of, like, gently pats Catassie on the head as like, and this one was one of the causes of it. No offense, love. No offense at all.
I feel like I need to find
why you get free coffee, though.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine.
I feel like I need to start finding another coffee shop, but it's just the coffee's just so fucking good because every time I come down here, some shit happens. Also, hey, Elijah, bud.
Huh? What?
Hey, I need you to grab that blue backpack that kind of looks like a beetle. I need you to grab that. That's for you.
Hey.
And
He picks it up. Like, he's doing that thing where he kind of holds it.
No. You can wear it.
Tick, 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 tick.
No, there's no bomb.
In the car?
No. Just put it on. But if shit goes wild or goes left, I just need you to press the button in the middle. Okay, like when it latches onto you. All right.
Okay. Thanks.
Also, presses a button, the controller pops up. You can keep playing the new Street Fighter. There's like we're at number 60 now, so here you go. Have that.
All right.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but there's a SUV that's been following us since the school.
Declan, now that Akane has pointed that out, you can see on kind of the heads-up display for your car, which is like on your control panel there, or if you have it displayed on the windshield or in your AR display on your glasses, like you can see kind of like here's the car on the map, and there's like a little sonar ping out from there, so you can see other vehicles that are around you and such. There is definitely a car that is maybe 4 or 5 car lengths behind you. They're not floppily following you, but they're not experts. Like if you were following somebody, you would have been way further back and way harder to spot. So someone's doing an okay job, but not a great job.
Oh, fucking amateurs.
Yeah, but they're amateurs that might be able to give us some answers.
Okay. Well, let's play a little game. And we're just going to, hey, Duke, give me a side street real quick.
Yeah, Arlington.
Okay, cool. We're just going to slowly turn on Arlington. We're going to slow up just a little bit to let them get a little bit closer. All right? And
Are you planning on stopping to block them?
Yeah, that seems about right.
Okay. In that case, when we go around the corner, Akane opens the door and combat rolls out, trying to take cover and hide before the other group comes around the corner.
All right, there we go. Hey, Elijah, I need you to keep your head down and Listen, you know how your mom and we do a lot of cool jobs together, and there's a lot of big noises and shit, and stuff starts blowing up?
Yes, I know what gunfire is, Declan.
Cool. Just want to make sure that you don't need to be a part of it. So stay down. Press that button. We park in a way to where it catches up to us.
Catassie's gonna pop out a drone that has a disco ball hanging from the top of it, and I'm gonna set it to be just over Declan's car, and then I'm gonna get out and get on top of Declan's car and just start dancing.
Okay.
Love it.
Street disco. They're gonna have a lot of questions when they roll up. It's the element of surprise.
All right.
Distraction, all right.
So, Declan, you have taken the street that Duke gave you. You've pulled off. Did you just stop the car along the side of the street? Did you move it so it's perpendicular, actually blocking off the street? What did you do?
This is like an alley,
Declan-
right?
Like a one-way little alley, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be that.
So Declan would have been given enough distance and enough position to where we are getting the fuck out. Either we're going the way we need to go or making a way for ourselves to get out.
Okay.
But enough distance to where if some shit gets off, we pop off in an alleyway. Who cares? No one checks alleyways anymore. There we go.
Okay. But the goal here is to draw this tail down this alley to try to get some information from them or see who it is.
Correct.
Okay. So all of that happens. You pull off. Catassie is dancing on top of your car right now. A few seconds later, you see there's like a delivery truck that starts to pull into the alley, but then sees you and backs out of the alley. You see like some couriers, like some gig economy workers on little scooters pull down the alley and get very confused and annoyed and just zip around you. And then a little bit later, I mean, we're talking seconds here, less than a couple minutes. This vehicle that Akane had noticed pulls into the alley and like comes to a very abrupt stop. Like they did not expect this situation at all. And there's a long beat where nothing immediately happens. Everyone's just kind of eyeing each other. No one has gotten out of that other car.
That's when Akane like steps up from like the 4 o'clock position behind the car and very loudly, even though she doesn't need to, cocks the combat shotgun and points it at the passenger side.
And that's my cue to go, hey, y'all want some disco? And just direct eye contact, doing the most awkward series of dance moves you've ever seen. Ever.
Is this like Tina from Bob's Burgers? Awkward.
Yes.
Yeah, I am badly, apathetically twerking. That is what's happening. I can't even do it.
No, we're okay. We're okay.
I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so Akane, let's do an intimidation check.
I have that skill. No, Cat, you cannot roll the dice. Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Good
I'm
time
so
for
happy
that.
for you.
Okay, now
Orange.
I want to see what would have happened if the cat did roll the dice, though.
Orange cat, orange. I rubbed the die on him. So.
Love it.
There you go.
Blessings. Orange
Yep.
boy.
Okay, so Akane, you have racked your shotgun. You're staring down you said the passenger side?
If I had noted there was someone in the passenger side when they were tailing
Yeah.
us, yes. Otherwise, I would be the driver's side. So wherever
Yeah.
there's a person.
You didn't see it when you saw them following you, but when you had ducked out of the car as they drove past your little hiding spot, you saw these are not tinted windows. It's just honestly, it's like a beater that they probably
Stole. Gotcha.
jacked off the corner.
Whoa.
You
Language.
damn it!
Did they finish at least? They just edging. the
Is
whole
it
time.
white?
It's like- and big.
It's
Or is it a fuel efficient car? Which one?
tan.
It's okay.
It's tan with some white splatter across the hood. So you saw that there was a driver and a passenger. So
All right.
yeah, you
Then,
can be on
yeah,
either side.
I'll be on the passenger side then.
So both people in the vehicle completely caught unawares, absolutely shocked, kind of stunned into inactivity.
And now.
You see very slowly hands being raised up. The driver has one very janky, pieced together, barely functional cyber hand. You see that both of these individuals are probably in their late teens, early 20s. Definitely some residual evidence of substance abuse, probably coming down from something right now. But their eyes are locked on you and they are following your every instruction.
Why are you following us?
One of them starts to talk, but they're really muffled through the glass.
Open the window. Roll down the window.
They very
Slowly.
hesitantly crank. Because there are still window cranks at this point. That's still a thing.
Roller windows never go out of style.
It was a retro style model.
Yeah. Fun fact, I've seen a couple cars that now have window cranks that are the up-down levers for windows, but they look like window cranks. The more you know. All right, repeat it again, Charlie. Why are you following us, and who sent you?
We're just doing our job. We were just keeping tabs on you. You got the
Or
kid.
Who?
The boss?
And who is the boss?
Tony Danza.
Come on, applesauce. No, it was Mona.
It was definitely okay. I was gonna say Judith Light, but it's definitely Mona.
What? Okay, tangent. What did Abed say?
It was,
it was Angela.
Dark hair. It was Angela.
It was Angela.
Boss.
Yeah.
Definitively.
Yeah, that's
Definitively, it was
That's
Angela.
Declan has the complete box set and the movie.
He made that professor change his job. It
Yes.
was Angela.
It was definitely Angela. You're right. I apologize.
Yup.
Hashtag 6 seasons in the movie, everyone.
It was Frank. Frank sent us out. Frank gave us a job. We were just.
Where can I find Frank? You're doing great. A couple more answers and you get to walk out of here with all your body parts attached.
The home base.
Mm-hmm. And where is that?
The one who's talking to you in the passenger seat gets really scared. And they're like looking over at the driver, and they clearly do not know like street addresses and locations. They were just the passenger. They're looking over at the other person, and that person speaks up. There's like a flop house that Frank works out of. He can give you the address, and it's deep in the fringe.
Using like my left hand, keeping the shotgun steady with the right, I kind of gesture towards Catassie so she notices that I'm paying attention, or I wanted to pay attention. Like, pull the nav on the vehicle. We need to know where they came from.
All right, I am going to connect to their vehicle's nav system and see what kind of history I can get from that.
So you don't even have to roll for this. Like, this is just like a stock off the floor, like really janky, couple seasons old kind of thing. So you're able to access that without even any trouble. you're able to see that there was a location kind of like in the middle of nowhere, like deep in the like where some of the factories are in the deepest part of the fringe, industrial area. There's no living quarters, there's no houses, so clearly they had just like found a place to work out of or do whatever they're doing out of, and that's where this most recent trip started before they caught up with you.
Okay, and I'm going to look at the driver and ask, and you went directly from Frank to us, to here, to this, correct?
They're just nodding, like, for real. Yeah, I don't want more trouble, kind of thing.
Okay, I'm going to pull up the whatever the, like, nav is and show Sam. Like, does this area mean anything to you? Does this look familiar?
Sam, at a surface level, you are familiar enough with that part of the fringe to know that is where a lot of the ghost lights work out of.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't go there very often like that for obvious reasons, but you know, we can blow it up. Do we want to blow it up?
I'm here for that.
I don't not want to blow it up. I'm going to have to put the disco drone away, though. Those mirror bits don't like shrapnel.
You can use the emote on them afterwards.
Fortnite dance, yes. I remember that from back in the day.
It's still going. They never stopped.
Wow.
Back at the car, Akane kind of steps more towards their line of sight so she can see both of them. It's like, all right, you've both been, and she winks, obviously, very uncooperative, and I wish I'd gotten any information out of you. It's too bad you lost us, right? And then she tosses like a 100 sol credit into there, and you're probably going to need to go take care of yourselves before you report in, right?
The passenger is super confused.
He's the one that doesn't keep up. Got it.
But the driver picks up what you're putting down and nods slowly and throws the car into reverse.
Shoo. And I keep them covered as they back out and pull off into traffic.
All right, yeah, so they zip off. And here you are.
Go back to the van. So what do we do with this information? Do we go after them? Do you need to go into hiding? I mean, I personally don't take it kindly, people just planning on kidnapping other people.
I think it is time to leave.
All right. And Akane looks over at Declan. It's like, you're the man.
So are we going to go take them out? Because here's the thing, Sam. You know I love y'all, and I want to keep you guys safe. But I'm pretty sure they're going to just keep coming after you if we don't put a stop to this.
I don't know if you've ever heard about the story of trying to kill roaches. The minute you kill one of them on the surface, there's like another 30 on the surface. And the more you stomp them out, the more they want to keep coming. And like they say, the roaches and the lawyers will still be here after the nuclear apocalypse. The next nuclear apocalypse, at least. So
they are both still here.
They are, unfortunately. And I think it is time for us to just leave, period. We can leave them with a boom. But I don't know if Elijah and I are safe anymore in this city.
You have someplace you can go?
and she unplugs from the ROV and all like that, and she just kind of like looks over at Cassie and just kind of like hesitantly kind of like nods along a little bit to her and stuff like that. And she goes, "Yeah, I think I do."
All right, well, tell me where to go.
Take us back home for right now.
Throws this bitch in reverse and just guns it out. Heads back home.
All right, so you are able to drive back to the house. No one has followed you.
We're gonna do a couple of sweeps around first.
Yeah, you're gonna take a non-obvious route, couple sweeps around the house. All of you being observant with all of your tech and expertise. No one has followed you. And checking out the house, you do not see any sign of forced entry. You don't pick up any sort of threat.
Are we all in the house now, or did like me and Akane? How about me and Akane go and do sweeps first, just to clear the house before you guys come in?
All right. So the two of you are able to sweep through the rooms of the house. Nothing out of the ordinary. No one hiding. No threats.
Yeah.
That's clear, y'all. Come on in.
On the way back, I'll have messaged one of my contacts, Pete the Plug, just to see what kind of info I can get on this Frank character. See if we can go any further up the chain of command.
Oh, okay. I love that. Yeah, let's start with an underworld check.
Also, shouldn't we at some point check in on Akane's vehicle? Because we sent it screaming toward where we think they wanted us to go. It feels like maybe we should follow up.
Very wise.
Thank you for reminding me about that plot point that I absolutely forgot about. We'll get to that in a second.
I had full confidence you were watching it.
I've done very well to deceive you over all these years of playing games.
It's true. Suspension of disbelief. That's the entire secret to gaming.
It is. What did Duke get on that underworld check?
Yeah, a dirty 20.
Love it. And your contact was, you said Pete the Plug?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me a little bit about Pete. Where is he when you get a hold of him? What is he doing?
Yeah, I think that Pete, he works at like this local bookstore. And generally he's been trying to get sober, get off drugs, but he still has a bunch of contacts in the underworld. And yeah, I think right now he's just on the job or about to be relieved from his morning afternoon shift.
So he's trying to go legit. He's trying to turn himself around a little bit.
Oh yeah, but
okay.
Hubert's not helping at all.
Hubert's a bad influence is what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so did you send him a text? Did you give him a voice call? What are we doing on the Glow?
Send him a text.
Okay. So you send him a text, and we can say that this happened on the drive over, right?
Yeah.
So there's not an immediate response, but you do a couple minutes later, you get a response back. Hey, my shift's just about to end. Can you give me 5 minutes? And then when he does, when his shift is over, he says, hey, what's up? What do you need?
Yeah, I'll just explain. Need some info on Frank in the Ghost Lights. Kind of just chain of command who he might be working with right now.
So he responds with like big eye emoji, like shocked face emoji. Then he says, Frank is like one of their kind of middle manager dealers, tends to organize a lot of their pickups and selling and that kind of thing. I don't know specifically who he works for, but I've bought from him plenty of times over the years. He's not a good dude.
You still got his info? Any way to the way to contact him? Send me his contact card.
Yeah, and your glow pops up with the contact information. It just says like Frank dealer and a glow number.
Yeah, I'll let the crew know and send that to Catassie, see if she can do anything with that information.
So yeah, Catassie, you have this information. You had the location that Akane got, and now you have contact information for a specific person who's probably working out of that spot. Is there anything you want to do with it right now, or do we want to talk about it as a group first?
I want to do a quick track of that glow number to see to verify that it is in fact in that same location in the industrial area.
Sure.
Something group combo.
Yeah. Give me an electronics check real fast.
23.
Okay, so right off the bat, you are able to see that that glow does show activity in that geographical location. So that seems to track for you. You also see that there are lots of incoming and outgoing communications about organizing like hits and pickups and various gang activity. So it does seem to support that Frank is like the operations manager, like the tactical planner of at least this part of the neighborhood for the Ghost Lights.
Do I have enough information to get details to find out which of those messages is discussing Elijah and Sam?
Yeah. You're able to sort through everything.
Okay, Control F, Elijah?
Yeah. There's a lot of information in there, but you're able to see a couple threads of conversation with Frank telling, first off, getting the groups together that attacked the coffee shop earlier today, and then a couple reports back that that operation fell apart, and then a couple other messages to like 5 teams that were keeping an eye on the school.
Okay. Am I able to tell when these failures happen? Is he reporting that information anywhere else?
You do not see any other messages, like any outbound messages that would be a report.
Okay. Okay, so I want to relay that, Sam, to Sam and the team. So it looks like I'm not able to tell who's giving Frank this direction, but it looks like he is in the industrial part, and he definitely sent the folks after my shop this morning, and it looks like he had about 5 teams that were keeping an eye on Elijah while he was at the school.
What the fuck?
I think they need to be taken down a peg then. If not for me and Elijah, to avenge the coffee shop.
That's fair.
And believe me, I am so sorry about the coffee shop.
I have insurance. Don't even worry about it. I just sent over the adjuster the codes that I know they're going to need to file. I've had that many claims. This is a semi-frequent occurrence.
I know.
How have they not dropped you?
They also get free coffee. The question is, how do I stay in business?
All of these are great questions.
I say we pay this Frank character a little bit of a visit, and we remind him not to fuck with my friends. And then Elijah and I will get out of the city. We have places to be now.
I'm thinking maybe I could contact him, try and scorn some drugs, see if we can get him out of this warehouse.
Not a bad idea. We could just intimidate him to death.
Oh, absolutely.
How many letters are intimidate?
It's a triple word score in Scrabble.
Huh. Okay, cool. 2 magazines then. Good. Each bullet is a letter.
Maybe even better, we could get some protection for the Catassie shop.
Yeah.
Drugs plus caffeine, also a drug, put together. You didn't hear that, Akane. You didn't hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No. There's just yep.
So let me make sure I've got this correct. Instead of taking you and your child to safety, we're going to go get a little vengeance and then take you and your child to safety.
We're going to make a very, how do you say?
Side quest?
Just a very urgent request. Or a very strong request. How's that? Then we'll leave. Yeah, little side quest.
All right.
Declan comes out of the kitchen with a sandwich. So, we're leaving now?
She looks at Elijah. She's like, you are going to have to pack a very, very quick bag, my dear.
So this whole time he has been kind of like little mouse in the corner, quiet, just big eyes. He's been taking in everything that's going on. Like he's very quickly realized how serious the situation is. So he nods his head very quickly and runs off to his room. Like the go bag protocol is something you've drilled into his head over the years. But of course he wasn't really responsible with keeping it up to date. So you hear him rummaging around in his room and throwing some stuff in a bag.
When he comes back out, she's just gonna look at him and just kind of be like, you have wondered where your papa has been for so long? Now we get to go see him. And it's all because of our friends here.
Oh. Okay. Like he physically perks up a little bit at that. He's not quite as scared and dejected as he's been, but he's still nervous about what's happening.
Do as Declan said, though, and keep that duffel bag next to you. Just trust him and I on this one.
Okay, yeah.
So, we gonna go rough up a motherfucker or not?
Hell yeah.
I'm here for it.
Always down.
Excellent. Maybe we can get you some more business on the way, Hubert.
Do we know if they're gonna have motherfuckers for me to hit that motherfucker with when we get there, or am I gonna need to supply my own?
Only one way to find out.
I'm gonna pre-order a motherfucker drone to meet us there just on a...
BYOM. BYOMF. There we go.
I like that idea.
Bring your own I like that.
All right. So what is the specific plan right now?
We have a concept. It's like 12% of a plan.
Okay. What is the vague shape of what you're gonna do?
We're gonna go drive up on a motherfucker and give him the beatdown, and possibly blow him up.
If he doesn't want to get blown up, We tell him we extort him into being protection for said coffee shop and to leave us the fuck alone. If not, he loses his kneecaps.
It's a simple equation. It's the
With a
easiest
rocket
math we've
launcher.
had all night.
And we'd also like to, find out why the fuck Sam and Elijah are in his crosshairs. That's probably a little more important than the protection scheme.
And as Corporal Brain, who hired you to do this hit?
All right. So, are we going to start by driving to the location that you were given? Are you going to
first
try
of all,
to pull
what happened to my car?
Gotcha. Yeah, I forgot again. Thank you so much. Okay, so you are able to pull up an activity report. Of course, you've got like real-time footage of what your car has been doing. Your car sped through the Fringe into downtown Angel City, breaking all kinds of traffic laws, definitely knocking a whole bunch of people like off the street, diving for cover, kind of driving on the curb at times. When it arrived, there were like 3 little teams of ghost lights waiting for you. Very similar to the teams that attacked the coffee shop earlier today. So basically, car pulled up, screeched to a halt, and then a whole bunch of gang members jumped out and tried to threaten the car. Nothing happened, and then per protocol, other police officers were summoned because now there were a whole bunch of gang members trying to shoot a police car. And basically there was like maybe 15 minutes of chaos as everyone was confused and shooting at each other and fighting with each other. And then a whole bunch more cops came and then everybody got arrested.
The end.
Looking at the paper, you don't have to do.
Busted. I was gonna say you got him busted with just a car.
Yeah, so like
Night Rider was a thing, man.
10, 15 ghost lights are now in custody, along with the couple you threw into the backseat of the car at the start of this whole thing. And you've got like a status update on the case. They're all being given medical treatment and being interrogated, and everyone's tweaked out and doesn't know much, but they're all being processed at this point.
Okay, makes sense. And we cut back to us in the car.
So y'all are driving there. Where Sam lived in the Fringe, it wasn't the nice part of town, but it wasn't the bad part of town. You are now driving into the bad part of town. This is all industrial complexes, warehouses, manufacturing districts, like in Fight Club, where the house is, right? It's just bad. And these are condemned buildings and no one should be living there, but they've all been taken over by unhoused people for illicit deals, all kinds of off the radar, off the grid kind of stuff. So the direction you're taking right now is kind of winding through some of the only passable roads to get down there. And you can see on the map ahead of you, this is like a lone building amidst some rubble. So there was probably other buildings, houses, offices in the area, but they've all been knocked down or destroyed over the years. This current building is like a very small office complex, like a 3-story office building that probably had in its heyday maybe a dozen different businesses operating out of it. They all rented little office space within it, but now it's just been mostly demolished, just run down and worn down over time. It's still standing, it's still functional, but it's just in real bad shape. As you are approaching, you see a lot of the denizens of the residents of this part of the city are out and about, milling around. It's that kind of part of the city where everyone's aware of each other, but also no one's giving each other a lot of eye contact. They're all really trying to do their own thing and stick to themselves. As you get a little bit closer, you do see some sentinels and outposts of the ghost lights at different street corners, looking around, kind of protecting the outer edge of this territory. Duke had an idea about trying to get a hold of Frank to maybe draw him out. Do we want to play off of that? What is the plan here?
Yep.
Yeah. If
Okay.
we want to do that, then Hubert will. I feel like probably the best way to get drugs is just to send a text with some sort of code on, I want 20 liters of your best Pepsi.
Obviously, code for the
Obviously, code.
harder drugs.
Oh my god.
There's an entire underground scene in Angel City right now where the latest drugs are all using 20th century soda names. The hardest one to get a hold of it is Faygo.
Oh yeah,
That orange
that
Faygo
shit
will fuck you up.
That's the good stuff.
It is the good stuff.
That moon mist.
We lost. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, damn.
A Haitian treat though.
But sometimes you can't. The red pop just gets into your veins.
Yeah.
You do not want to fuck with the rock and rye, though.
No, those bitches will cut you. Caleb, we're riffing until you say something. Go.
I just wanted to keep going. I was enjoying it. I wasn't going to stop you.
Mark up a tangent, please.
One on the tangent counter.
So you know what's weird about this area, man? Like, Dynamic Design used to have like a STEM program down here, like way back in the day. Kind of sucks that it's not here anymore.
They really left the neighborhood school these days.
Dang, it's fucking stupid.
Nobody supports the inner city anymore.
Problem is there aren't enough police because the corps have half the city for law enforcement in their own areas. I mean, you can only cover what you can cover. So shit just falls into lawlessness and then falls apart because nobody takes care of it.
So true.
All right, so Duke, Frank has responded with basically asking who you are and how you got a hold of him, because he doesn't recognize you. Like, he knows the code that you're sending for the request, but you haven't bought from him before, so he's being very cautious. So his text is, yeah, that we've got the stock, but you're not our usual supplier. You're not our usual pickup guy.
Yeah, Pete gave me this information. He's trying to get off that soda kick, but we know that he's gonna be needing some stuff soon.
Frank responds with the eye roll laughing emoji. Oh, Pete. Okay, yeah. 10 minutes. And he drops a pin, which is the exact location that you're heading to right now. And then he says, round back at the loading bay. And he also includes a price, which is several thousand soul.
Yeah, I'll do a NP and a thumbs up.
He also responds with a thumbs up, which if if our dedicated audience remembers how inappropriate that is, that's the kind of guy Frank is.
Shameful.
All right, so you're already there, but he said about 10 minutes. So if there's anything you want to do or set up, or we could just let the time go and you're there.
Is there a place to hide a Rov? I feel like we need to hide a Rov somewhere.
Yes, there are plenty of places that are just like shells of buildings, or like a couple dumpsters piled on top of each other, a couple shipping containers that have been tipped over, upended vehicles. Yeah. Also, like, no one's super paying attention. The closer you get to the building, the more guards of the ghost lights that you see. But as you're driving up, like, everybody is just, don't look at me, I ain't looking at you, you ain't looking at me, we're all doing our own little thing. Like, no one's actively trying to pay attention to you because they don't want themselves paid attention to until you get, like, right around the block from your location.
So we could do one of two things. We could either surprise the motherfucker with the Rob coming out the back of the car, or we could just, post up the Rob somewhere else if you want to. What does everybody feel like today?
You can park the car somewhere safe.
Yeah, I wonder if he rolls in and he sees this giant ass car of yours, which impressive, do not get me wrong. But if we see this giant car and all like that, is he going to get spooked and run? Because I really don't know how to run down a motherfucker today.
I mean,
How much? Don't we need a truck for the product we were picking up? 50 liters is a lot.
I would not be able to carry 20 liters.
You asked for 100.
I thought it was 50.
Math again.
I'd like to point out that even 20 liters is a lot to carry.
True. Okay, fine. We'll just stay with it there then. She will jack into the system though, and be ready. Because at this point, it's just, shit's gonna pop off at some point, and might as well just be ready for it.
All right, so you are plugged in. Your rover is still in the back of the car right now. Mm-hmm. Everyone is in the car with Elijah.
Yep.
And you are rolling up at the designated time. Cool. Mm-hmm. So as you roll up, you turn around the corner of the building. There's a big old cement loading dock where there were kind of some bays where some semi trucks could have backed in for loading and unloading shipments of things. One of them is full of derelict cars and junk that have just been tossed in there, but the other one is operational. You see that there are a dozen ghost light guards. These are much more competent than the ones that attacked the coffee shop and that you met earlier. They're not wearing tactical armor. They're not trained, but they're bigger. They look healthy. They've got their wits about them. They've got a handful of different types of guns and weapons. They've got sharp eyes looking around. And at the end of the loading dock is an individual. Remember in Hook, there was that one lost boy who had the suit and tie on, mm-hmm. and the slick back hair. It's that guy.
Gotcha.
But
all grown up.
All grown up, skinny, slick back hair, trying to be bigger and more important and looking fancier than he really is. But, under the surface, he is that kind of street level dealer scumbag kind of guy. And he is waiting there with a pallet next to him holding the product that you've agreed to purchase. What would you like to do as you pull up?
Duke, it's all on you, my friend.
Yeah, as we pull up, Duke will exit the car with we'd have cred sticks, so not a big duffel bag of money like I was imagining.
Under the seat. Under the seat.
Yeah.
I want you to have like the classic suitcase that you'd clip open with a bunch of stacks of bills, but just in the middle, there's just one little cred stick, like a USB stick nestled in a little foam container, a little foam frame.
That's what Duke usually has. What Duke has at this point is that, except for it's got a claymore rigged in it, so when it opens up, it explodes in his face.
I love it. Okay. So you're getting out of the car and walking towards him?
Yep.
Cool.
Obviously, he's very paranoid with all the guards, so not getting super close, but just getting within a few 10 yards of him.
Yeah, so the way I'm seeing this, like, there's kind of those cement arms of the loading docks. Declan, you can like pull up or kind of maybe back in a little bit. The guards are lining either end of this, and Duke, as you walk out, you're within that typical distance, like you just said. Frank kind of gives you the nod, like, are you the guy? And you can give him the nod back.
Yeah. Duke will nod back. Hold up the suitcase.
And, Frank waves you over. He says, all right, hey, glad Pete sent you my way. You wanna check this out? You wanna make sure it's good? He holds up a little he holds up like a little those tiny soda cans. He holds up a little tray of the little tiny soda cans. If you need to sample anything before you make the purchase, he's trying to be a good guy. He's trying to be a good businessman.
Duke will take it. And he does love drugs, so he's going to crack it open and just huff it right there.
So this guy's like a drug sommelier, right? That's what we're getting?
Absolutely, yes.
He really just take the shit.
Big Blizz vibes right now. Big Blizz vibes.
This is some good product, Duke. This is very, very excellently made.
It's exactly what I'm looking for. We can get our guys to load it up if everything's all right on your end. Handing him the suitcase.
He accepts the suitcase from you, and he says, you know what? With a purchase this size, loading's on us. Can I just put it right in the back of the car there?
Yep. Let me go get it all open for you.
So he waves his hand, and two of the guards come over from their spots and pick up the stuff from the pallet and move towards the back of the vehicle.
I'll send the message to the team that we're coming back there and might want to be ready to bust out.
Don't worry about opening it. I'll open the door from back here.
And as the guards walk over to the vehicle carrying this pallet of drugs, something's gonna happen, and I'm really curious what that is.
The back door's just kind of, it's a this way open, right, Declan? Or is it like a trunk lift?
It's a roll up?
We got 2 doors.
Okay, we're miming.
2 doors. Sorry, I forgot to hit the button.
For the future podcast audience, we were trying to understand how doors work for a minute. We were waving at each other.
2 doors.
Okay,
open.
so it's 2 doors opening. So both doors open up, and just the Rav is just pointing the grenade launcher at the 2 of them and goes, "Surprise, motherfucker!"
And I feel like that's the right point to end this episode. That is where we will wrap up episode 3. Thank you in the chat for being here. Thank you, future audiences in the YouTubes and the podcasts. It is time for So Long, so let us hear from our lovely cast about who they are, where they are, and what they'll be doing, starting with Mallo.
You can follow me everywhere at the Mallo Man. You'll find all of the things that we are doing both here and with everywhere that we're doing with Identico and all the other things that are happening. I keep you abreast pretty much there. And except for on X/Twitter kind of thing and stuff like that. We don't do that anymore. It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And banned in Brazil. So, hey, good on them. Otherwise, you can find me everywhere else. We've got a lot of things coming up towards the end of the year. By the way, it was really good to see everybody at PAX West this past weekend. Really fun.
Yeah, I was going to ask how that was.
Really, really fun. The tabletop area had a ton of space, so it was really good seeing a lot of friends there. For those of you who got stickers and stuff like that, congratulations. And we will be back at ECC 2025 coming up in next year, which is a way early way to explain that. But hey, the next time you'll see us in that.
Coming up here next year.
Yeah.
All right, and Kaylee.
You can find me most on the socials at Anime Girl, except, of course, the dumpster fire that is Elon Musk's butthole. I mean, Twitter. Same thing. It smells exactly the same. And you can find me here, Tubular Teens with Titans, where I have a bit part playing Mrs. Terra. Smuggler's Blues, which you will see me there next week, I do believe. So that's a Star Wars game that has been going on for a very long time, over 9 years. Other than that, that's you know where else they can find me, Caleb? In November, I'm going to be in Dayton, Ohio at the Dayton Convention Center for a Catacon 2024.
Oh, I thought you were just going to go and bum around the convention center for the weekend, eat some of that delicious pizza.
Oh, that cardboardy pizza, you love it. No, it's a Catacon, the 12th of Catacon. We've got a dozen going on, so not all at once, obviously. They're spread out over 12 years.
Well,
but
in the timeline, they're all happening simultaneously.
Exactly. In some timeline, they are all happening simultaneously. So badges are on sale now, so come get them and come play games with us on a weekend. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll get some more details about that in just a second. Anything going on with Rick and Rasp for you coming up soon? Or
no, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out for that because who knows what's going to change. Cass.
You can catch me on the socials at punapologeticpodcast, and you can catch me and my hand-me-down therapy advice for the real world on the Punapologetic Podcast. Shout out to Mallo for that amazing tagline.
And Leo.
If I'm on social media site, you can find me at supposedly Leo, probably very zen, or you can find me on a nice beach in Mexico sipping a pina colada.
If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
That's what they say. And bring us home, Mav.
Hey, y'all. It's your favorite black guy on the internet and in Angel City. I play a lot of video games here on Twitch. I'm currently working on Strange Horticulture, Fallen Aces, some more Fortnite, but I got a few other cool games I'm going to be throwing in the succession this month as well. And you can find me here on Digital Clubhouse TV on Twitch, and you can also find me at Thousand Faces TTRPG, where you get to see me play a rabbit named Otto or a Catman named Nine, and various different TTRPGs with Wild Beyond the Witchlight and the wonderful Savage World run City of the Crimson Tower.
I will piggyback on that just for a second too, because Mav and I will be on the final, we think, one-shot of Daggerheart on September 16th.
Correct.
Over on 1,000 Places TTRPG. So come. That has been a really fun one to do. So come over. It's a Sunday. Just come and chill out with us and stuff like that.
Monday.
Is it Monday?
Yes, Monday.
One of those
16th
two.
Monday.
Okay, one of those 2 days.
It's
It's
a
on the
day.
16th. It's a day. It's a day
It's
that ends in
happening.
Y. Come over
Sun
there.
or Mon.
Check us out. It'll be a really fun wrap up to that story if you've been following along with us there. It was a really fun story, and we're gonna wrap it all up here. I think in the third and final episode for that. So.
Yep. I play a frog named Finn.
I play a monkey named Rukapoo. Very small.
We're pirates.
Yep.
Ribbit.
And I get thrown a lot by his character. It's fantastic.
Yeah. It's great.
Absolutely need to tune in for those. I am on your socials at the Caleb G. You can find me right here for all things Identico, here and there, with Farm to Fable and taking up a lot of space in the archives of the RPG Academy. As Kaylee pointed out, badges for Acadecon 2024 are available now on tabletop.events. The con is happening November 8th to 10th in Dayton, Ohio. As of the time of this broadcast, early bird pricing is still available. That is $40 for all 3 days. Games and events are included at no extra charge, although there is one event that will have a small charge because it is an official minis tourney event.
That's the Marvel one, right?
Yes, that's the Marvel one, the Marvel 40K thing that you have to buy into because it's like an officially sanctioned tournament. I don't play that game. I'd like to watch it though, so that's what you can do in November. Other events include karaoke, trivia, panels, our massive free board game library, play-to-win games, raffle prizes, vendors, and a whole lot more. So swing over, grab a badge, and come hang out with us. That is it for the show today. Thank you all for watching and participating. We will see you in the cyber future for another cyber game. Good night. We love you. Take care of yourself. Take your meds. Drink your water, have some food, don't forget to eat, don't forget to clean something. Just pick something up. Just pick one thing up and take it with you to the other room. You'll feel better about it. We love you. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
Finding Solace, a Neon Trails miniseries, is Cassie playing Catassie, Kaylee playing Akane, Leo playing the Duke, Mav playing Declan, me, Mallo, playing Samantha Gray, and the Caleb G is our game runner. You can learn more about the game we play on this podcast by going to www.playidentico.com. You can join us live for these sessions every other Tuesday on twitch.tv/Identico. And you can see the full archive of shows and how to play videos over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Identico. And don't forget to follow us on the socials at Humanoid Games on Facebook, Threads, and Instagram. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.